Good morning. It's Monday. I thought we'd come out here and jaw jack a little bit. I am going to give you a little recipe. You know, I had on my menu the glazed lemon loaf. Well, I made it Saturday for David yesterday, and it's good. It's got a good flavor. Now, it's not my recipe. It came out of one of my cookbooks, one of those healthy cooking cookbooks. So it's nothing I made up. I made one change, and where she uses sour cream, I used yogurt to save some points. I think it's dry. I'm not going to give you the recipe. I did a cook with me, but it didn't turn out to where I feel comfortable having you make it. Because to me, I don't know if it's my mouth with the medicine situation going on. Oh, I gotta tell you that too. Don't forget. Or if it is that dry. David, he ate it, and he took him one to work. The taste is delicious. It's a good lemony flavor, so I would not mess with the flavor at all. But I think, because there's no oil in it and she uses applesauce, I think maybe where it kind of contributed to the dryness was she uses 1 egg and 2 egg whites. I think it probably needed 2 eggs. So I may still mess with it because, like I say, the flavor is good. And it's not a cake, and it's not a bread like a roll. It's not a biscuit. It's like a dry banana bread, I guess you could say, or zucchini bread, something along those lines. But I still got to cut David up some strawberries today. He took him a run yesterday, extra run, and so he had to go to bed early. But I was going to tell you that too. He fell Friday day. He was out there. He's got to put some kind of part on my car. He thinks it's using too much oil. Hold on. And so he was out in the garage looking for something, I don't know. And we don't have any gutters on the house or the garage. And when it rains, it pours right off. Now, our backyard is that, I've said before, it's just that bull tower, just red. They ain't no dirt. It's just the red, clay type stuff. Well, he's never put in any kind of walkway up to the door because we had planned to do all that pavement back there, concrete, whatever you want to call it. We got plans for it, so he's just never put in anything. And we have just a old piece of plywood out there to cover the mud where the rain comes off the roof. Well, it had been raining the several days before that a lot. He come out of the building, and when he hit that board, it slid. Like he said he usually can check himself. Now, I've been on it before, and I about busted my you-know-what too. He couldn't catch himself this time, so he come in the door, and he hit the back door there, and he goes, well, I just busted my you-know-what. And I looked, his whole side was soaked and muddy. So he got everything off. He went there and took him a hot shower. But he banged himself up pretty bad. He had a car wreck 2 years ago, 4th of July day. A girl just slammed into the back of him right here at the stop sign. And he messed up his middle back. Well, he's had back issues before, and so there was no way under the shining sun they could prove that the extra back issues, or if there would be any ongoing back issues, that it came from the wreck. So he settled. He got a settlement, not a big settlement, but a settlement. His medical bills were paid. But he's had trouble with it ever since. Well, it locked it up. He jammed it, and he somehow hit his shoulder. Well, this is a man who I have always told, he drives a truck, y'all know that. He would go to work. He would drive that truck if he was in a full body cast because the man believes in work. His daddy raised him. He had 2 jobs when I met him. He owned his own trucking company and he worked at the trucking company that we met. That's all he's ever done since he was 16. Well, no. When he was 10 years old, he used to clean bricks. He went out, got him a job cleaning bricks. I think he said he got 10 cents a brick. 10 years old. So that is all he's ever known is working. His daddy raised him. If you want anything in life, you got to work for it. You don't sit around waiting nobody to give it to you. You work, you earn money, not to get rich, but to take care of what you need and to take care of your family. That's what you do. That's what a man does. That is his main priority in life. He provides. Do we have everything we want? No. But do we have everything we need and then some? We sure enough do. And he works his rear end off to make sure of it. So when he says he's not going to work, he's not well. I'm telling you, he will work through anything. He has the best work ethic of anybody I know. So Friday, I asked him, well, he says it's like sore, like right there, and then in the back when he moves behind it. And I've asked him, did he need to go get it checked out? You know, he's just one of them too, where you don't have to go to the doctor. God forbid. He has to go twice a year to get his medicines refilled. And he carries on about it. I'm like, dude, I go every 3 months whether I want to or not. And 500 times in between to all the specialists. Don't tell me about twice a year. So when he gets sick, he thinks it's a sin and disgrace to have to go to the doctor. So when I asked him something about work, he said, I'm not going in. I'm like, oh boy, he don't feel good. So he laid in the bed for 2 days. He ventured out yesterday to get on the couch a little bit, come in here. So when they called, when Central calls and he seen it was them, he's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, well, if you think that getting out and moving it will help it loosen up, he says it's really, really stiff, then go to work. But if you think moving it is going to hurt it, then don't go to work. Because see, what he doesn't just drive, he has to hook and drop trailers and pups. So there's a physical, very physical part of his job too. Rolling down landing gears, it's hard work. They have to crawl up under them trailers and do all this mess. It's not just, oh, let's just hop in the truck and drive. Y'all don't realize what these drivers do. They do a lot of extra heavy work that you don't see when they're just, bebopping down the road. Anyway, well, I really talked longer about that than I planned to, but whatever. It was Father's Day, and I can talk about him a little bit. So, yeah, he didn't go to work, but he did work that. I don't even know why I was telling y'all that. He did work that extra run yesterday. Oh, that's why I didn't get to I think it's because that's why I didn't get to make them strawberries. Is that why I was telling y'all that? Anyway, I'm going to cut him up some strawberries today, so I think putting some strawberry juice on it will help. So I'm not going to give you that recipe, but you're going to see it referenced in what I am going to give you. I made my no-stick pan coating stuff back when I was a hot and heavy homemaker. The kids were home, and I was a little house on the prairie. Little house on the prairie. I ain't joking. I used to keep this all the time. Hold on. You mix it up, and all you have to do is brush it on your pans. Anything you bake, and it will not stick. I think you could put, I don't know what you could put in it, but it's not going to stick. And when I was making this lemon loaf, I thought, well, I hadn't made any in a long time because I don't bake like I used to. When I baked everything all the time, it was a lifesaver. So I thought, well, you know what? It's Father's Day. I ain't never made this. I don't really want it to stick, even though it's a no-stick pan. That don't mean nothing, you know. So let me make a batch of that stuff. Well, I made it for you on film. So I still want to share that with you because it's a handy little thing to have in your cabinet. I'll show you at the end because I just don't want to give it to you and say, oh yeah, it works, and not show you that it works. So I will show you unmolding the loaf at the end so you can see, you know, from start to finish. And so that's what I was going to come on here and film, and I thought, well, I would talk a little bit before we do that, which is probably going way under much longer than y'all want. The next thing I wanted to tell you, let me see if my little man looks. This little man, he lives in the neighborhood across the street. I'm in my 50s. He's up in his 60s. He runs. He don't run. He jogs. He jogs every day for as long as I can remember. He doesn't move fast, but he is never. He don't miss a day. I have never been out here this time of day that he ain't come through. But anyway, he didn't see me sitting here. Normally he waves, but he was busy. There was a car coming. But the other thing, let me see. Okay, checking my time. Listen, let me tell you this. Susie Schofield, she told me whenever we met, she gave me them cookbooks. We met halfway because she lives over here close to me, so we met halfway, and she gave me her cookbooks. Well, I make, you know, little short videos here and there. I don't always do a big talking or something like that. And she said something about these little short videos. She says, I can't run to those or walk to those. She said, I like to listen when I'm on my treadmill. So every time I do, no joke, a little one that don't go at least a half hour, because she's like, if I walk a half hour, if they don't go a half hour, I always think about Susie having to walk on her treadmill to short videos. I just thought that was cute. Anyway, this one might go that long. It's easy to do when somebody's just talking. It's harder to do when, like, you're trying to watch something. But if somebody's just talking, it's kind of like a podcast. You can just, you know, pop your earphones in or whatever you do and just walk around the block or jog or ride your bike, you know. But YouTubers are approached by, oh, that's a pretty big dog. YouTubers are approached by companies to review their product and do a video, and they will give you that product, okay? Well, they get the bigger channels, obviously, you know, Peanuts. They get cool stuff, food related stuff, kitchen related stuff, expensive stuff. Well, I got a email a couple weeks ago for a glue gun. Go ahead and laugh. I got it. Come on, I'm like, you know what? I use a glue gun, and this is a full-size glue gun. Well, I just have to do a Amazon review and then a YouTube video, which I don't have a problem doing because I'll tell you if it works or if it don't work. They did not tell, you have to say this, you have to say that, you have to do it this way. There was no stipulations other than, I will put the money in your PayPal, you give us a review, period. Well, I'm thinking, other people get these, and some of them get workout gear, which I don't expect to get because I don't work out, or just feminine type things, and I get a glue gun. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm not exactly that genteel woman, am I? I was like, if they ever made me queen, they would give me a scepter, they'd give me a machete, or a sword, a katana. Instead of a tiara, I'd get a hard hat. But you know what? That's cool because I think sometimes I've always thought I was a dude. Not a dude. Just, hey, a dude. I do dude stuff. I don't do very feminine things. I can be. I can be womanly. I'm, not saying I'm all snakes and snails and puppy dog tails. But I think because I was raised by a single mother who did everything that a man and a woman did, husband and wife, a father and a mother, a man, I'll say man and a woman. She did it all. And so I saw her do whatever she needed to do to get by, and I learned that from her. You don't have to sit around and wait on a man to do it for you. If you get one that does, great. I do not begrudge or whatever word I'm looking for what David does for me, especially now that my health is in the pooper. The things he does for me are invaluable. I could not make it without him. I could not physically survive without him. It's ridiculous, the things that make me tear up. I just couldn't. I couldn't financially, but you can find ways to get money. You can't find ways to change your physical abilities. So the things he does for me are, I can't, I just can't thank him enough. So anyway, just looking from her, I am always in both marriages. I've always done everything. They both worked. I took care of the children, the yard, whatever. I mean, if it was a man's job, I did it. If it was a woman's job, I did it. So, to me, getting a glue gun was a score. So I'm excited. I will be bringing that at some point. He did email me a couple days ago and asked me, did I get it? And everything like that. I said, yeah. I said, I'm waiting because I still have my grandson, and I don't have him every day like I used to, but I can't seem to get a moment I want to test it on things. I don't want to just open it up and squirt the glue out and say, oh, yeah, it works. No, I want to test it on things. I want to see, it's supposed to be cordless, which I read some of the reviews, and that's not really the selling point of it. So, but I want to test these things, and I want to do it justice. Are 1,000 million people going to see my review? No, there'll be more season on Amazon, but it is still my responsibility to do it properly. Even if it is a glue gun, I don't care if it's an ink pen. If somebody gives me an ink pen for an honest review, it's my responsibility to do it right. I've told you before, my mama raised me. I don't care if you're a ditch digger, you be the best little ditch digger you can be, and that's how I was raised. So I'll be bringing that at some point. Is my glue gun review. Oh, hold on. Okay. Now, the next thing I wanted to cover was, I'm not going to harp on, I wish I had a Kleenex. I'm going to drag my shirt tail up here in a minute. The next thing I wanted to touch on was my surgery. I'm not going to hem and haw about it. I just wanted to just touch. Saturday was the 20th, and that was the day he scheduled me for surgery. So I was sitting there Saturday thinking, boy, I sure could have been up in the operating room today. I was in there yesterday thinking, I sure could be in the recovery today, feeling a different kind of pain, a surgical pain. So I've been bummed about that. I'm not harping on it. I'm not, going into deep despair over it. I'm just disappointed. I just feel like, he said he'll never leave me, and he won't. If I need him, he's there. But I feel like I was just kind of, cast aside because, I was cast aside because of my size, because that's the only reason they denied me. So, if we ever get that taken care of, I'm gonna ride a bicycle up there if I have to. So, on the subject of health, that mouthwash, I guess you call it mouthwash. I told you about it. Oh gosh, I wish I brought that bottle out here. I will put on the screen the name of it, because I honestly forgot. Okay. Okay. Let's recenter. I saw that sucker out here before I come out when I opened that door. I saw him buzzing around up in the ceiling here. Oh, okay. Where was I? Hold on. I got it Friday. I think I got it Friday. Maybe Saturday, I don't know. I hadn't used it as many times as I wanted to because I keep forgetting I have it. It hadn't got into my routine yet. But I have it sitting over there on my part of the kitchen table. I had read a review. It's for, let me tell you, it's for this metallic taste in my mouth from that new medicine. That it just does not go away, and nothing tastes right. Nothing tastes good. I'm always looking for something to taste better, to satisfy. My mama, she lost her sense of smell and taste 10 years ago. She had the flu or pneumonia. I can't remember which one it was, and she lost those senses while she was sick. They never came back. They have never come back to this day. I asked her one year, I said, well, it must be easier to eat right because you can't taste nothing. She said, no. She said, it's just the opposite. She said, you're always searching for something to taste. She said, so I'm always trying to eat something to see if I can taste it because nothing satisfies me because I don't get the satisfaction of good flavor. That's how this is. I'm not getting the satisfaction of good tasting food because it just messes everything. So I read a review of a lady who was going through cancer treatments, and she had the same thing because it's common with them too. She would swish with it like a half hour before she ate. She said it made such a big difference. So that's what I've done several times. I swish with it before it's time to eat. And I told David, I know how it gets rid of that metallic taste. It burns it off. It is rough. It's rough. It subsides, but I'm going to tell you what, when you first put it in there, it's like a hot pepper. When you first eat it, and then all of a sudden, that's what it does. Well, it does, to a point, take it out when you eat. It doesn't last very long. It's not something you can swish it's going to last half the day. It does not last very long. And it does not help the dryness. I can swish with that and still be dry as a bone. We're talking dust. No spit to even lick my... If I lick a stamp, I can't even lick my lips. There is sometimes that dry. But I'm going to keep trying it because even if it helps a little bit to just taste better, even if I'm not eating something, just to not sit around and feel this in my mouth. because it's 24/7. It is just one more thing on the big pile of mess that is my life. That's not why we're here. Okay, there was one more thing I was going to tell you. I give Sebastian his baths in the morning because I'm just too tired at night. And so he got up, coming down his sunny day. And I said, you want to get your bath? Yeah, I'm going to get my bath on my cars. I was going to get your cars. He's got 2 cars, the ones he likes, that put in the bathtub. So he went and got his cars and got his water running and everything. And he was sitting in there with the water running, and he goes, he thought that was enough. So I turned the water off, and he was playing and everything. And I said, well, what do you want for breakfast this morning? And we had made a cake the day before. We had made a cake Friday. I was going to make him some puff cakes because that's what we've been making when he comes over. And that little puff cake maker I got. But it just is too hot. It cooks too hot. I know why somebody got rid of it, because it starts browning them too much on the bottom before it gets them done in the middle. And I figured, we'll just make a cake. So he helped me. We baked it together and everything. Oh boy, the boy can eat some cake. He's got a sweet tooth. He don't get the sweets with his mama or RJ like he does in my house. Listen, I'm a momo, right? So I say, what do you want for breakfast? He goes, I want cake. I say, you want cake? Yeah, I want cake. I said, well, your daddy won't like it, but guess what? Your daddy ain't here. I said, so cake it is. So guess what, Saturday morning? Me and my little man had a piece of cake for breakfast. I did. Yes, I did. I had cake for breakfast. I ain't worried about no piece of cake with my grandson. Those are memories. That little piece of cake, please, that ain't a drop in the bucket in the scheme of things when I'm making a memory for him to grow up one day and say, Momo used to let me have cake. I remember when Momo let me have cake for breakfast. And little things like that. So I ain't worried about it. Some things are bigger. Do I have 200 pounds to lose? You bet your baby I do. Am I having a hard time doing it? I absolutely am. Could I get I call it life-saving surgery because I don't have a life now, and it would save me from just, I can't even think of the word I'm thinking of. Do I have all these reasons that I need to lose weight? Yes, I do, and I know I do. But one piece of cake to form a memory is not going to derail all of that. It does not mean I've given up. It does not mean I don't still want it. It just means I have a 3-year-old grandson who I hardly get to see, and I'm going to enjoy a piece of cake with him for breakfast. So, I don't know why I'm so woohoo today. Forgive me. Hold on, let me regroup. Oh my gosh, I just glanced up there. I've been running my mouth for 30 minutes. Oh well. Ain't the first time, won't be the last. Okay, well that's all. I don't know why I'm so touchy today. I'm just touchy today. But that's all I know. Alright, thank you for hanging out with me. I'm gonna show you my no-stick pan coating, and I'll be back for something. I don't know what. But I'll see you later. Bye. Alright, I had to come back on here just to show you, if you have wasp and hornet and bee troubles, wasp nest, dirt dauber nest, you got to get this. It's that time of year. Get it. I don't care what it costs, get it. Hot Shot Washing Hornet Killer. It sprays 27 feet. It says eliminates the nest. That one that I was swatting at when I was going off of here, I hit him and the top is boxed in, the ceiling's boxed in. When that foam hit him, he started sliding down the corner because it's in the corner at top. He started sliding down the corner, killed him on the spot. He wasn't wiggling. He got hit. He went kind of like that, died, slid down the foam, never to be seen again. So if you have those problems, this is the bomb. Anyway, I wanted to share that because if I find something that I think works good, I like to share it. So there you have it. Okay, bye for real. I had to come on here again. I completely forgot. One thing I did want to tell you was, look today, 4 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Eastern. We have a collab coming out, July 4th favorites. And this one's being hosted by Susie Bowie and Embracing Chaos with Jen. So there's a handful of us that are doing that. Be on the lookout. They'll come up and enjoy it. Now I think I really will see you next time. The first thing we want to do before we bake our cake or bread, or I'm not really sure what it will be considered, is make up a batch of no-stick pan coating. Now, I used to keep this all the time when I was full-fledged, hot and heavy, homemaking, baking something all the time. I was never without this. Haven't made it in years because I just don't do the volume I used to do. But this cake, bread, whatever, is for Father's Day tomorrow. And even though it's going in a no-stick pan, I don't always trust it. I just want to make sure it comes out nice for tomorrow. So I thought, what a better time than to go ahead and mix up another batch. Now I'm just doing a half a batch because I do not need the whole thing. Easy as pie. First thing, you just need a half a cup of whatever kind of shortening you like. This is just Crisco. I didn't think I had any, but lo and behold, I had a little bit left. So half a cup of your favorite shortening. And no, I'm not putting no kind of points to this because you just coat it like you do with a spray or anything like that. So I'm not, no. Okay. Then to that, I need that right back. And as soon as I set that down, I need it a half a cup of whatever kind of plain old oil you use. I just have regular old vegetable oil. Listen, this stuff is a miracle. You know the days of greasing and flouring are gone when you use this. Next time you make a pound cake, put you some of this. Smear that all up in your tube pan and see how good it works. Okay, now I'm just going to whisk this together until it's smooth and I'll come back. Okay, that is smoothing up. There's like little lumpy looking things, but it'll be okay when we get the flour in there. Then you just need 1 cup of all-purpose flour. That's it. That is it. So let me blend that in. Okay, there you go. Now let me get my other spatula. I'm gonna put it in. I will put like my spices. I'll put my little labels on it, but you know who's over there in front of his little Kindle, and my labels are in the cabinet where it's propped up, and we're not going to bother him. So I'm just going to store it in this. See how creamy it is? Try if I can get it in there without making a mess. This will stay at room temperature for up to a year. Yes, ma'am. But you see how much it makes, and you know how little it will actually take to put on your pan. That's why if you don't do a lot of baking, just do this half recipe. If you do a lot of baking, then go ahead and double it for the full recipe. Make you a big jar of it. Like I said, it lasts. And FYI, I mix this in a metal pan because I think greasy things wash off a metal easier than plastic. That's my expense. Okay, let's clean that up. And the proof is going to be in the pudding. See, I'll have that all labeled after a while. And the proof is going to be in the pudding when we bake this glazed lemon loaf. So, okay, it has completely cooled, and I want to show you how good that no-stick pan coating works. You know, sometimes when things cool in the pan, they can stick. So I'm just going to store it in this until tomorrow. So let's see. Look at there. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. Beautiful. So there you have it.